for language recognition. There are many countries where they use many languages. For example, in Belgium it's normal to speak Holland, French, and German. So many journals, many books, many documents are in many languages. If you put such a document in a reading machine, the result will be horrible, because you choose, for example, French, and when they try to read with the French language a German text, they are trying to apply French rules of reading, and it's a disaster. The problem, very important problem, was from Israel. Everything there is in Jewish, Arabic, and English. Everything. So they have to distinguish. And this was the first application we do for them, and they are very happy about this. A screen reader with such an application with such a voice, because we present it to computer like a voice who knows the language and choose the right language to read according to the text. They are very happy because usually they speak some Arabic. Everybody speaks English in Israel, you know. Arabians in Israel also speak Hebrew and some English, so they are happy to choose the right voice to read. In Romania and Moldavia, for example, there are 20% of population who speak Russian and very few Romanian. The other part of population, 80%, nearly everybody speaks Russian, but many documents are in Romanian. So this application makes the difference. Today you put a Romanian book and the reading machine read Romanian to you. Tomorrow you put a Russian book and the same machine, without any choosing anything, without searching the menu and so on, read Russian to you. You are going on the internet to read news, and you used to go on Pravda and on Romanian newspapers, and the computer read to you with the right voice. This is the applications we are working on. Why this application needs research? Because it's full internet of application who can recognize hundreds of voices and it's of languages, and it's very easy as technology.
So the technology recognizes the language,
yeah,
and by itself,
yeah,
it gives the output in the desired or the
yes,
user's
and then choose the right voice
for the user.
For reading. Yes,
Okay.
this is the idea.
Because otherwise it wouldn't be autonomous, so
Yes,
it wouldn't
of
make
course.
any sense.
Of course, of course.
Okay, but
This is a huge technological problem here, not recognizing the language. There's few algorithms and they are very good, no problem with this. The problem is with computer time. You are using Windows. Beside Windows, you are using Word. Beside Word, you listen to music. So the microprocessors are very charged. You have to use a screen reader. Screen reader are doing a lot of, it's computer intensive and should work in parallel with everything you are doing. Maybe you switch from Word to Excel to import table and so on. And now, beside everything else, and the voice is also processor intensive, you introduce another thing, voice language recognition. So this should be highly optimized. Do not charge anymore the processor, the computer. Sometimes I want to use electronic agenda to read books. This is not a very strong computer. It's portable, so you cannot charge even more. So this is why we need to search for new algorithms. And together with my colleagues, we already find ways to improve the algorithm using algorithms not used on other applications. And even worse, we need to recognize just by very few words. When a screen reader communicates to you, they send you just 10 words or things like that. And from this chunk of text, you have to recognize the language. Sometimes it's very easy. Sometimes it's very difficult. So this is a project we are working on. Another project we finished was something like that, electronic. So instead of having a static map, you could have an entire map, a Google map for example, and you can browse it left, right, and you go to next street, or you could have the map of your building, so you learn it before you go. You can wear it and ask again, and now I have to go here and there, and you have text and everything there. So this kind of electronic device was a market failure. From technological point of view, you can do a lot of things. In order to sell it, you have to respect the marketing. Such a device costs more than 30,000 euro. Who paid for this?
It's not a matter of price, it's a matter of so many interconnections for a person who has the impairment, and it makes life harder and impossible to use it sometimes.
Yes, but in order to buy it, there should be a mechanism to support the cost. And it's very, very difficult.
Maybe a university for their students.
Even a university will have a problem in paying 30,000 euro for something useful for, let's say, 20 or 30 students. And these students also need a braille display, they need magnifiers. So the university, I'm very sure, will say, okay, what do you need, what is the most important? So the low tech will be the most important, to make accessible floor and the things. This is the most important. And this is already expensive. This is about 5 euros. Only this. Yes, and all those things somebody have to decide how to do that, what mechanism we need, what technology we need, what our students need. It's a huge problem in front of us, and you have to solve it. And in order to solve it, you have to check with the first thing with your blind associations. If you start to create a classroom for those students, go to your blind association. It's a very common mistake to decide for them what they need. They always used to say, nothing for us without us. It's a common mistake, don't do this mistake. So you go to Blind Association and ask to speak with the president of Blind Association and tell him what you want to do. And ask him, maybe they have rooms for that. You don't have. Or maybe you go to university, they offer you spaces for this, where you teach visually impaired people. But always ask Blind Association how to do that, what is the most important, what is your budget, and how to fit in your budget. And they are the best. And then you go to resellers, because they want to sell you the most expensive things, and they have a lot of arguments for this. So speaking with them, it's the last person you speak. Okay, this is everything I like.